Hey y'all, Bob with Million Mile Garage. Well, I got good news and bad news. The good news is I took it for a spin, and this is what the new BP5E looks like after maybe 4 miles. So it's burning pretty clean. This one right here, it's burning clean as well. It came out of those two holes right there. The bad news is when I was driving it last night with about, maybe 10 or 15 minutes left of sunlight, this happened. This wire right here got shorted out and got hot, and it melted the harness, and there's exposed wire right there, and this wire was resting on top of this one. And so it's kind of weird. As soon as I stepped down on the throttle to give it a good boost, she immediately shut down, and then smoke started pouring out from underneath the hood. So I got over to the side of the road as soon as I could, and of course Alabama, back roads, there really isn't a shoulder, so I kind of had the wheels hanging off the edge of the road, the other half kind of hanging near a ditch. And if I follow this wire all the way down, and I don't know if you can see in there good enough or not, but it actually burned through the harness tape all the way down. You can see where it just smoked it. In fact, let me get back on here. I'll put my light on so we can see better. All right, maybe we can see it a little better. It's getting right there. You can see there's exposed wire there, and then just peeping down there. Maybe you can't. You can see where the wire jumped out of the harness right here as well. Actually melted the harness tape. And then I think the wire also started shorting out right in there as well, right up against the firewall. You can see where it singed the firewall as well. It must have got really hot. And then following this wire all the way around, you can see where it goes into this connector here. That's exposed metal wire there. And then looking at the harness here, you can see she's roasted all the way through with exposed wire. Assuming that exposed wire is just that one lone wire that overheated, but I'm sure it took other wires out with it. Coming up here, what happened, here's what I think happened. And of course, this is the wire I was using for my electric choke, which goes right down in there. And I think what happened is this wire, the insulation on it must have cracked, because when I saw it, it was resting on this bolt right here, on that AC bracket bolt, when I raised the hood last night. And that might be where the short started, and then it followed it all the way down the harness and all the way over, and immediately stopped running. I'm surprised it didn't blow a fuse. It took me about 2 minutes to troubleshoot it, and I just reached in here and pulled this wire loose where it was resting right here, which I'm assuming, I can't really tell the color of the wire, but I'm assuming it's one of the ignition related wires or something. And this is going to be a big mess to deal with now. But the good news is it didn't burn the car to the ground, which I thought that was going to happen last night. I had to change my underwear when I got home. That was definitely an oh shit experience, with smoke pouring off underneath the hood. And of course I left my fire extinguisher in the garage. And I don't think I pointed out earlier, but as soon as I removed this bare melted wire from that one teeny tiny spot right there, which I'm pretty sure is an ignition control module related wire. Again, I can't really tell what the colors of these wires are because everything's kind of melted. The car started back up, and as soon as I started it, I gave it the once over just to make sure that no smoke was coming out anywhere. And again, down in here, it's such a mess in there. You really don't know what the degree of damage is until you dig into it. But I didn't see any smoke, so I felt like, okay, I'm good. And I also made sure that I had the wire wrapped around a piece of heater hose so that it wouldn't short out again on the way home. So fixed one problem, and now I got another problem to deal with. Southern fried stock car.